history of Bethany United Methodist Church finds its place with the history of suburbia development in New Orleans during the 1950s in Pontchartrain Park, against the backdrop of Protestant strategy in the city and the Methodist Episcopal Church concern for expansion. 5 lots were purchased by the General Board of Mission through the board of the Louisiana Annual Conference. The purpose for this was clear: to cast a strong Methodist presence amid a predominantly Catholic population. Under the leadership of the resident bishop of the New Orleans area, Bishop Willis J. King, and the district superintendent of the New Orleans district, Dr. George W. Carter Jr., plans were enacted for the physical plant of the new church, Pontchartrain Park Methodist Church. At the Louisiana Conference of 1957, Reverend Donald Frank was appointed as the first pastor and soon began going door to door, knocking on each door in the neighborhood. This resulted in a core congregation holding its first meeting in the home of Mr. and Mrs. L.C. and Algeria Christ at 4918 Prentice Avenue. As the meetings continued to grow, more space was needed. Mr. Alvin Bynum petitioned Dr. Albert W. Dent, president of Dillard University, to allow the congregation to meet on the campus. Dr. Dent graciously agreed, and Cross Hall on the campus of Dillard University became the worship site for the Pontchartrain Park Methodist Church until the small building was completed. On June 8, 1958, the charter congregation of 24 members moved into the Pontchartrain Park Community First Church building. With a desire to have a biblical name, the congregation chose Bethany, recalling the home of Jesus' close friends, Mary and Martha, and their brother Lazarus. Bethany was established as a community church from its inception. The founders of this church, Bethany, are John A. Willis Sr., Azeline Jackson, Flora Falls, L.C. Chris, Velma Hawkins, Dorothy Hurley, Ella Mae Jackson, Selena Johnson, Arthur Robertson, Gottlieb Turnbull, Algeria Chris, and Joseph Falls.
Mildred Pulley, Victoria Thompson, Claudia Bellamy, Alvin Bynum, William Hawkins, Warren Rayford, Nadell Rayford, Fanny Gould, Charles Hubert, Rosemary Sims, Shirley Watson, Thelma Kimball. The Reverend Edward A. Kennedy became the second pastor appointed to Bethany in July 1962. Reverend Kennedy continued the concept of a community church, and by the end of the following conference year, Bethany reported a net membership of 183 members. A keen administrator, Reverend Kennedy led the congregation in liquidating a $9,000 debt 2 years ahead of schedule, and most notably, led the congregation to build the current sanctuary, which was consecrated on December 28, 1969. Subsequently, the original building was named the Willis J. King Center and dedicated on March 14, 1965. In the years that would follow, Bethany has been led by a succession of caring, competent, dynamic, visionary pastors. Through decades of societal shifts and the merger of a new denomination, Bethany continued to thrive as a viable presence and for the Pontchartrain Park community and beyond. Known for generating dynamic worship services and new ministries that emphasized spiritual and membership growth, the crux of Bethany's history is in ministry innovations that have made an indelible impact on the community. Here are just a few. Daycare center, satellite Bible television program, Center for Ministry among older adults, scholarship fund for graduating seniors and college students, Christmas in the Park, coffee house outreach ministry. Suffice to say, Bethany is not new to innovative ways to making the community synonymous with our congregation. Pastors involved in these efforts were Reverends William L. Jones, Moses T. Jackson, Roger D. Latham, Leslie P. Norris, Alonzo Campbell, Kenneth M. Fisher, Samuel Walker, and Hadley R. Edwards. On August 29, 2005, everything changed for Bethany. Hurricane Katrina made landfall, and the resulting damage devastated our facilities, uprooted our membership throughout 23 states, and forever changed the lives of our community. Members were scattered throughout the United States, and worship services could not be held in the sanctuary for 7 months. Reverend Hadley Edwards worked tirelessly to keep in touch with the congregants, to rebuild the facility, and to maintain a United Methodist presence in Pontchartrain Park. Significant help came through the caring friendship of partner churches beyond Louisiana, and they all graciously gave time and money to help Bethany rebuild. The resilience of Bethany United Methodist Church is to be noted, as the members, though impacted, still remained faithful and provided resources for pews, furniture, choir chairs, in honor and memory of their loved ones.
As a young African-American female member of this church, this significant part of Bethany's history. In 2013, Bethany welcomed its first female pastor, the Reverend Inez Moses, an ordained elder serving in the Louisiana Conference for over 20 years. Under her leadership, she was able to bring healing and wholeness to the congregation, and many new ministries restarted. Reverend Moses was able to keep the congregation focused on its mission and for several years righted the ship. The Reverend Dr. Joe Connolly was appointed in July 2017 to serve Bethany, but also to create a much-needed nonprofit community development agency in the 7th Ward. In his arrival, the church has taken in new members, increased its presence in the Pontchartrain Park community, and worked with SUNO and Dillard universities on outreach activities. Pastor Joe, as he is affectionately called, is a visionary and energetic leader who came to Bethany at a crucial time in our journey. Pastor Joe worked to ensure we as a church are looked upon as an integral partner in the community, and He has been the face of Bethany at various events throughout the city. What excites me about Bethany is our growth, and also, even though we are small, we have a huge heart.
In 2020, the global pandemic reconfigured the whole world. Church will never be the same as it was before, but it did not stop Bethany completely. I honor all of those upon whose shoulder I stand today, and my immediate predecessor, Reverend Joe Connolly, who made significant strides of ingenuity to help navigate this congregation and keep this congregation connected through the COVID crisis. Now, it should be recognized the storied history of Bethany is only matched by the dreams of her future. Jesus said, "Upon this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." So, as your current pastor, number 14, I am filled with both enthusiasm and gratitude to serve Bethany at this juncture of her history. Today, we are dreaming again, and we are mindful that we are all family in the household of faith. We bounced back from Betsy. We were carried through Camille. We were cultivated through the civil rights. We rose beyond the Reagan years. We made it past May 8. We were constructed in church splits, kept through Katrina, and we were able to find power in the pandemic. Our history is only the beginning. There's still more miles for us to go. And so we're dreaming again about a God who promised to never leave us nor forsake us, and a God who promised that the best is yet to come. We're all family here at Bethany, and we celebrate 66 years of making the community our congregation. Happy anniversary, and may God continue to bless this great church called Bethany United Methodist Church.